Leaders are made, they are not born, which is really great news because that means that anyone, truly anyone, can become a successful leader in their business. It just means that you're going to need to give it a little intention, to learn a few skills, and to cultivate those skills through practice. Well, howdy everyone. My name is Leslie Hassler. I own Your Biz Rules business coaching, and I work with women-led service businesses to help them get predictable profits in their business so that they can grow and scale, they can hire the support that they so desperately need, and enjoy the rewards of owning a business. And today, this month, we're talking about leadership skills. And this is the softer side of the equation. You know, when you're working on your marketing or your sales or your recruiting process, that's very brass tacks. They're very tangible things that you can work on your business, and you often see a direct result for that effort. Leadership is the softer side. It's the intangible. It is what is necessary of you to make everything happen. And at this crucial step that you may be in your business, where you've been in business for a while, you've had some clients, you can reliably produce a result for your clients with what you do, you're just getting to the point to where everything relies on you. And so you're in that danger zone of burnout, which we don't want you to go through because it's costly on so many fronts. It doesn't just cost your time and your money, it costs your spirit, your energy, your mojo. And that sometimes is harder to or takes longer to get back. So we don't want to go there. We want to help you navigate this transition in your business, and that's exactly what it is, a necessary transition so that you can have profitable growth, to where you're going to transition from being the one that does 100%, 10% of the work 110% of the time, to the one that actually has a team who's helping you achieve so much more than you ever possibly dreamed could happen in a shorter period of time. And to do that, we're going to have to build up these leadership skills. So I want to give you 4 steps to becoming a successful business leader. And it's going to truly guide, I think, not guide you if you're just starting out and you're just beginning to develop your leadership skills, but also if you've been doing this a while. This is a great process to go back through so that you can improve and hone and refine. So the first step that I want you to do is to cast a vision. So when you cast a vision, you're getting clarity, you're defining, you're dreaming, right? My favorite question in the world is to ask, what would heaven look like in this situation? So for you with leadership, what would being a successful business leader look like? So do a little bit of daydreaming, right? Understand what it would look like for your team, how they would respond to you, what success might be, all of those things. But you have to cast that vision, because without that vision, what I find happens is people just kind of they tread water. They feel a little bit like the hamster on the wheel in the hamster cage, where they're moving, they're busy, but they're not getting a whole lot of place. And oftentimes that is because there's no vision. There's no North Star guiding you forth. So that's step number 1, is to cast a vision. Step number 2 is to assess the now. What is the reality? There's no judgment here. We often say we're not here to judge your journey. We're here to help you get from where you are to where you want to be. And the truth is that you're here. It's just the truth. It's reality. So let's get a real sense of what your strengths are and what your weaknesses are. Now, a strength can be a weakness. Crazy thing. The best strength that you bring to the table in working for your clients can actually be the greatest weakness you have with your team. But you need to be aware, because if you are aware, then you you can plot a course to be able to achieve your vision that you cast in step one. Step two, three. So step two, assess the now. Step one, cast the vision. Step three is design the container. And what do I mean about that? So you when you're stepping into a role of leadership, you're not going to be isolated or operating in a vacuum. Much better word. You're not going to be operating in a vacuum. There is a container that goes around this leadership, and a lot of times that's your work environment. It's the rules of the game. It's how do we define success, and what are rewards, and what do we do if somebody's going off the reservation, and all those aspects, but being intentional about that container, because a positive environment should be your goal number one, because positivity and happiness in the workplace has tremendous amount of benefits. And in fact, a couple of weeks we're going to do a video just on the benefits that has in the workplace for the employees and for the business owner. So you want to think about this container, this positive environment, your version of heaven, and start to give it some more form. Our step number 4 is going to be about keeping things real. Now, this goes in 2 different directions. One is to build in a feedback loop, to allow people to help you get better without fear of ramifications or consequences, but to really promote a positive feedback loop so that you are you're grounded in reality, not just what your intention is and what you think your skills and strengths and weaknesses are, but also how others view you. That is a huge part of leadership, and it's a huge part of communication, is understanding that sometimes what we're trying to communicate isn't being effective, and that feedback loop will help you do that. The second way that we keep things real in this step is also to empower you, empower my clients, empower the business owner to be authentic and appropriately vulnerable. I truly believe that no one expects you to have all the answers. No one expects you to be perfect. That's an expectation we set upon ourselves. And in today's age, there is greater respect given to somebody who keeps it real, who's humble, who acknowledges when they've misstepped, who apologizes, who shares a little bit of what's going on so that you're seen as human, in all honesty. Now, I say appropriately vulnerable because where you don't want to go is what Brene Brown calls the vulnerability vomit, where you just share everything and all things, because that can backfire as well. So be transparent in your leadership for sure, but also be appropriate in that authenticity and in that vulnerability. Now, these are just 4 steps that you can use. Like I said, you could use it if you are just starting out. You can use it to help refine your leadership over time. But I'm curious, as you're on this growth journey in your business, what stage or what step are you at today? What step do you need to consider for tomorrow? So that's it for today, guys. I hope you're doing wonderful. And until next time, I'm Leslie Hassler with Your Biz Rules, and I hope you have a profitable week.